Hi everybody, good morning. Nice to see all of you. Thank goodness we have this beautiful day to be out here. So thank you for coming out and helping us to spread the word about vaccines. And I also want to thank Congressman Mayor, he's walking that way, and Mayor Bliss for joining us today. And no matter where I go, I feel most at home when I'm visiting other community colleges, especially since my own classes at Northern Virginia Community College are finished. I think I posted my grades on May 1st, so it's nice to be back at a community college. And I don't know whether any of you have attended community college, but I want to tell you that they're really special places. And they aren't just places of learning. They meet students where they are. They offer flexible classes and degrees tailored to the needs of the local areas. I mean, just here with the students I spoke to, they were in, some were accounting students, some were going into culinary, mental health, areas of mental health, accounting. So, things that the community needs. And in fact, community colleges serve and strengthen our communities in many ways, as we're seeing here today with this effort. So I want to thank President Pink. I don't know where. Oh, he also went in there for welcoming us here and for this school's leadership to help get Grand Rapids vaccinated. And I'm so glad to be back here in this beautiful city. And I was here in September. It was freezing cold, and I had the chance to visit the Kids Food Basket. I don't know the local press if you're familiar with it, but it's this great organization which offered food, and we stood, for hours, and we put boxes of food into people's cars. The lines of cars were, blocks and blocks long. And in a time when so many people were going hungry, it was a beautiful reminder of how this community comes together to take care of one another. And I think that's just who you are. And like today, we can see how far we've come during this really difficult time. And so many people have told me that, they're finally feeling hopeful and optimistic again. And families are returning to work and to school. Businesses are reopening. And we're getting back to the things that we've missed for so long, hugging the people we love, catching up with friends face to face, and, seeing our friends and our family smiles. I mean, we've missed that for so long, and it's because of the people who are here today, and they're getting vaccinated. And to those people, I want to say thank you. Thank you for doing your part, not only to protect yourselves, but also the people in your lives. The grandmas, the grandpas, the neighbors, your friends at church or at school. And if you're watching or you're listening, and you haven't gotten your vaccine, now is the time. So I know that many of you who are maybe watching this, you might still have questions, but talk to the people you trust. Talk to your pediatrician. Talk to your pharmacist, like Rite Aid, the Rite Aid pharmacists who are here today. Talk to your doctors, your healthcare providers. And they will tell you that the studies are clear. This is all based on science. The vaccine is safe and effective, and it saves lives. And, Joe and I got our shots, and like I was telling them, and they were confirming, you barely feel it. It's over in a second. And vaccines are the best way for all of us to get back to the weddings and the sporting events and the concerts that we all miss so much. So go to vaccines.gov or text your zip code to GetVax to find a location near you. Everyone over 12 years old can get it. And they are absolutely free, and you don't need an appointment to get one. You can just walk up and get your shot. So I hope that everyone makes a plan to get a shot today and to tell their friends and their family to get a shot as well. We need to help make our communities safe for everyone. And finally, when we all do this, we'll be able to spend this summer the way we should, to spend it together. So I want to thank you to the press for being here, for letting the public know about these events all over in community colleges so that people get vaccinated. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Okay.
The key to getting this kind of thing done is to have people who are in this community and part of this community college that understands how these events happen. We've had presidents on this campus. We had the governor here a couple of years ago. We've had secretaries of education here. And so having had that experience as an institution, it's helpful that we can get that up and running faster than maybe some can, that maybe not have had that before. So to have a team on campus that understands that, but to also have a community here in Grand Rapids that also understands, and a community like this in Heritage Hill that knows when we have something like this in this neighborhood, that these things are going to happen. You're going to have Secret Service and security all over the place, yet to still work together to say this is important for our community, to have one of our national leaders come into this place, to our campus, to GRCC, and have this event.
How has been the response on campus to the vaccine rollout for the students and faculty? And then also, how important as the state is looking to reach every corner to get every single person they can vaccinated, how important of a role can community colleges play as a educational facility that reaches it?
That's a great question. So our campus, because the vaccine has been available for some time, our campus has been one that we've partnered with some of our local entities. We partnered with Spectrum Health as well as one of our local faith-based organizations to make the vaccine available for our faculty, staff, and students. That was several weeks ago, and we had a response there. We continue to ask our campus what they need in this regard, and so we have folks on our campus who've had this done. And because most of us a big portion of us right now, we're virtual. We have a presence on campus. About 25% of our classes are on campus, but we're very heavily virtual. Yet still, many of our faculty and staff have been able to get that done. Now, as community colleges are concerned, I may be biased, but I think that not only are community colleges the answer to efforts like this because of our constituency and who we reach across the country. So it makes sense for community colleges to be one of the main catalysts to get this done. But I also believe that community colleges will be very key to getting us up as a country out of this pandemic, to get folks back to work, to get folks back into higher education. I believe community colleges will play and continue to play a strong role with that. It's good to have Dr. Biden having that community college background because she understands us, she understands the mission and the work that we do, so it becomes natural in my mind that this would be one of those places that would host something like this, because I believe community colleges are a big key to getting this done, to getting this country back up and running post-pandemic.
These pop-up clinics seem really important in meeting people where they're at. You know, that seems to be the challenge now. Most of the people that are really eager have already gotten vaccinated.
Yep.
What's the possibility, likelihood of more pop-up clinics like this happening in the future? You know, this is just a one-day thing today, but you know, how does that work go forward?
I think it has good, strong possibility because, again, as you said, taking the vaccine to the community. So to have it right here, I mean, we aren't at some remote place that is wide. We're in a community. We are in a neighborhood. That's the kind of work it's going to take now to actually try to bring the vaccine to the community, bring it to the neighborhoods. And I think pop-up clinics like this are going to be important in going forward to get more people to get that shot in their arm. I also think that here in our area right here, there are a lot of people who've had the vaccine. So I think we have to be very strategic about how we go about getting this vaccine into our communities. And I think awesome opportunity with the community college.
Why do you think you guys were selected by the White House for this?
Because we're Grand Rapids Community College. We're the oldest community college in the state of Michigan. We're over 100 years old. We're one of the oldest in the country. And it's important to me as president that we are that institution that our state, nationally, doesn't matter. Citywide, the governor, the mayor, they all know us. It's important to me that we are the ones that someone would ask, hey, what does GRCC think about that? Can GRCC be a part of that? I think we have a track record that says to our state, to our country, that our institution is collaborative and we are responsive when it comes to these kind of things. And I think our relevance in this community stands strong in that. I think our relevance nationally is what some of the things that we've done stand strong. And so I think it's a natural thing for GRCC. We're honored and humbled by it, but also we feel deserving.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Anything else you think that we should know?
Again, one of the coolest things about this is Dr. Biden is a community college instructor. She teaches community colleges. So to me, it makes such good sense that when she comes to our campus, to a community college campus, it makes such good sense to me that she would bring this initiative to community colleges because she knows us. She knows what we do. She's been a part of what we do. So it makes sense to me that she would reach out to community colleges. I believe it makes good sense for her to reach out to GRCC because of the work that this community, our GRCC family, has done for decades in this community. It makes good sense to me, and we're honored to be a part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you for being on campus
Take care.
today.